Budget Besties. Hello, I'm Zaria, and this is my first YouTube video for this channel. Um, I don't know, it feels weird, but I'm gonna go with it. So I just wanted to share my story, our story, mine and my husband's, of how we got into so much debt and yeah, what brought us here. So me and my husband Tyler, we met last year in March and we moved pretty fast. I was 36 at the time, and I just felt like I'd never had a serious relationship. And I thought, I'm getting older. I need to change my patterns and behaviors and find someone that's going to treat me well. And so, yeah, I met my husband Tyler, and pretty much we met in March. And then in April, he asked me to move in with him. Now, I did not ask Tyler at the time anything about finances. I was just in a transition in my life. So for a little bit of background on myself, I was a registered nurse for a little over 10 years. For the majority of that, I was a travel nurse and I made really good money. And then I spent it all. I didn't save. I lived a very fast lifestyle. I just loved to travel and I spent all my money. That's it. So I spent all my money and I got burned out with nursing and I decided that I wanted to go back to school for massage therapy. And I ended up doing that. I went to school for 9 months for massage therapy. And so that brings me into last year. When I met Tyler, I was still in school and I told him, listen, I'm pretty much broke. Thank God I don't owe anything, but I don't have any money, and I'm transitioning from nursing to massage therapy, and massage therapy is a big pay cut. Most massage therapists in Texas, anyway, you make $25 per client, not per hour, but per client. So I told him, this is kind of the situation. And he said, don't worry about it. Move in with me and I'll take care of the bills. You just pay what you can. So we did that, and I would help out with the groceries. And then so this was April of last year, April 2024. So then I want to say it was August, I ended up having a lot of health issues. I was diagnosed with PCOS. I was just having like nervous breakdowns. I was having like mood swings. I felt tired and I had a lot of pelvic pain. And I was going from doctor to doctor and nobody could really explain what was going on. And it was just very traumatic. And I ended up not being able to work as much as I wanted to. I accrued a little bit of debt. And then I got better. And then by Christmas of last year, I got sick again. I ended up getting food poisoning, and that took me out for about a week. And so then during this time, I start asking, questions about Tyler's like income and his debt. And I ended up finding out that Tyler had like $50,000 of debt. And that was shocking to me because I'm not the type of person that likes to have a lot of debt. And so I was very shocked and I felt helpless because I wanted us as a couple to pay that off, yet I couldn't contribute to that because of my health issues. So then fast forward to this year, in February, I end up finding out. So in February, I was working at a massage place, and I ended up finding out that I was pregnant. And with the pregnancy, I had a lot of hormone issues. I had a hormone, I think, just being pregnant, I had severe depression, severe anxiety, and I couldn't work for a little while. And it was a lot. It was a lot on us. And then Tyler ends up finding out in March of this year that his position was being done away with because of the Doge cuts. And so here we are, 50 grand in debt, and I'm not able to work much because of the pregnancy. Tyler lost his job, and we were just at each other's throats. I wanted to leave. I didn't feel safe. I didn't feel like he could take care of me and the baby. So it was very, very stressful for both of us. I mean, I I was just so scared, and I didn't treat him well, and I was very sorry for that, but I'm glad that we were able to work through it. So essentially we hit rock bottom. We hit like the lowest of the lowest of the low. And I was upset at myself for not asking questions ahead of time. When he asked me to move in with him, I just kind of assumed that he was in a position to do that. I didn't think he was, in a lot of debt. But anywho, so he ends up going into the military. He was already reserves, and he ends up finding a job through the military by reenlisting. And so that brought us here to Pensacola, Florida. And before we came to Pensacola, my car, I have a 2013 Honda Civic, decided that it needed a bunch of repairs before we got here. So I ended up having to put a good $4,500 on my credit card. So all of that to say is, as of right now, we have a current debt of $63,174.49. And the reason for this YouTube channel is for selfish reasons, because I want to document our journey, and I want to have proof that we hit rock bottom and we were able to get ourselves out and create a better life for us and our baby that will be born in October. And then also too, just to meet other people like you who perhaps haven't been smart with money. We weren't taught how to save, and the economy is really rough right now. Jobs are scarce. I've been applying for jobs, and I still haven't been able to find a job. I haven't been applying for massage therapist jobs, but I've been applying for nursing jobs, and I haven't found anything. There is a job that I interviewed for, and I did all this paperwork, and I still haven't heard from them, so I don't know what happened. But either way, whether I find a job or not, I can only work for the next 3 months because the baby will be here beginning of October. So if you notice that I'm like short of breath, it's because I am. For some reason, at this stage in pregnancy, I just feel like I'm constantly short of breath. And yeah, I don't know. It is what it is. But so anyway, I also wanted to share, I get a lot of my principles and teachings from Dave Ramsey. So if you don't know who Dave Ramsey is, go ahead and look him up. He has been instrumental in helping us get our lives together. And we don't follow Dave Ramsey strictly just because, we lack the discipline, but also too, it just doesn't fit with our lifestyle. I mean, we still go out to eat. We still do things that we want, because me and Tyler are a new couple. We haven't been together that long. So we've been together a little over a year now. And so we're still in that phase of getting to know each other and wanting to do things for each other. And so, but what we have found is different ways to actually have fun that's not expensive. And hopefully I'll be sharing that with you guys as well. So anyway, I just wanted to mark the date today and mark how much we have in debt, so that hopefully in a year and a half from now, I can tell you guys and share, you know what, we're debt free now. Now we can build our emergency fund, and now we can get out of an apartment and have a home for ourselves. One of the sacrifices that we had to make was to downgrade apartments. In San Antonio, we had a really nice 2-bed, 2-bath, and we still have a 2-bed, 2-bath here in Pensacola, but we had to downgrade to a neighborhood that isn't so great. And it's a sacrifice that we had to make. So we were paying $1,600 in San Antonio, $1,600 a month, not including utilities. And here we are paying about $1,300 a month, and that includes utilities. So that is really, really nice. And it's just a sacrifice that we had to make, you know. This apartment isn't like the best. It's not, I wouldn't say it's terrible, but it's definitely the least, I don't even know if I'm making sense, the least nice apartment that I've ever had. And that was kind of a hard pill to swallow in the beginning. I had to swallow my pride. And when I first got here, I was like, this apartment is disgusting. It has a smell to it, which is now gone thanks to me. And just the people around are a little bit questionable, but nothing questionable to where it's like crime or anything. We haven't experienced any crime. Thankfully, our parking spot is literally right in front of our patio, so we can keep an eye on the car. And aside from, noisy parties, pool parties that we hear occasionally, nothing that serious. So everything is tolerable and we're able to deal with. So yeah, I just wanted to introduce myself and give a little bit of background. And yeah, I'll just keep sharing kind of what we do to save money, and we'll be sharing our journey with you guys. And I appreciate you. And I just hope that we all get a little more conscious about spending, consumerism, debt, and that we can all live better lives. And so that's the goal for me and for all of us. Thank you for watching.